when it comes to their censorship of the media. So eventually I think technology alone, combined with the people's demand for more information, means Beijing, we're going to wear them down when it comes to access to the general internet like we have here in the United States. Google Analytics 360 to change the world of marketing. Google is always thinking of innovative ways to make technology work better for you. Google Analytics was one of the first of many tools. Google has come up with ways to track flow of websites for businesses and personal blogs. Yeah, I use it right now, trying to learn more about who are the kind of people interested in my websites and how I can cater to them with certain kinds of products and how to improve. It's a very good tool. Amazon Echo VP, Mike George, to talk about Alexa at Disrupt New York. Whatever Disrupt New York means. Check out that story from TechCrunch. Beck and Strokes members Elton John contribute EODM charity covers. Elton John, the Strokes, Fabrizio Moretti, and Nick Valenzi with Beck, Faster, Pussycat, and 10 more acts at the latest artists to cover Eagles of Death Metal's I Love You All in Time. I Love You All the Time. That is the support of the Sweet Stuff Foundation's Play It Forward. Okay. And that wraps that up suggested for you. For world news, judge knocks down challenge to Brazil ex-president São Paulo. A Brazilian court on Friday slapped down a second attempt to block a cabinet post for former President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, and supporters rallied to back an embattled government facing a host of crises. So, kind of like what happened back in our election back in 2000, where we don't have a legitimate president based on the rules of what the elections call for, whether it's popular vote versus electoral college. So that's a story you can read about in detail from the New York Times. UN says Saudi-led bombing of Yemeni market may be international crime. Geneva, Riyadh. The Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen may be responsible for international crises, a category that includes war crimes and crimes against humanity, the top UN said. And these are the same people at the White House trying to get Barack Obama to back Saudi Arabia's war against Yemen. It's just terrorists against terrorists. Whatever I'm not quite sure what they're at war against, but like Boyer said, war is stupid, people are stupid, and it's just going to proliferate back and forth unless people revolt against their own governments instead of letting their governments kill them off in the name of fighting the governments of foreign countries. People get the government they deserve. Guido Westerveld, German foreign minister who aided in Greek bailout, dies at 54. So Guido Westerveld is how you pronounce that. Westerveld, German, a former German foreign minister and head of the Free Democratic Party who helped Chancellor Angela Merkel when backing for bailouts in Greece, died March 18th in Cologne. He was quite young at only 54. It's too bad. Canada seek UN Security Council seat for 2021 to 22. Canada Prime Minister Justin Trudeau talks during a news conference on Wednesday, March 16, 2016, the United Nations headquarters. So read about that story at ABC News. U.S. News, Texas abortion law has women waiting longer and paying more. Dr. Bhavik Kumar, preparing a procedure room for a patient at Whole Women's Health in Fort Worth. The clinic's president said it will close if the Supreme Court upholds a law that placed new regulations on abortion providers. Yeah, so they try to make it a little bit harder to get abortions in Texas. Indianapolis man gets 2 life sentences in deadly house blast. Fort Wayne, Indiana. A judge has sentenced an Indianapolis man to more than 2 life sentences in prison for his role in a 2012 house explosion that killed 2 people and destroyed or damaged more than 80 homes. So that's from the Washington Post. Video released in case of girl missing after father's slain. Now, this is a story that Mark Klass was talking about, but I wasn't able to get the podcast or the internet radio to work. In Houston, authorities on Thursday asked for the public's help in identifying a person of interest in the disappearance of a 14-year-old girl whose father was fatally shot and dumped in a ditch in a rural area of Houston. So that's from CBS News. Evidently, they have a person of interest that may be somehow involved in this crime. HPD, security guard shot in armored car robbery. Police are searching for a group of suspects after an armored truck security guard was shot during a robbery early Friday morning, or actually Saturday afternoon, Friday afternoon. Check that. That's from KHOU 1 hour ago if you want to check out that story. So, again, the sheer magnitude and heinousness of these crimes seems to be going up. Don't be foolish enough to believe that there's a 60-year low in the crime rate that they said back in 2011. The watchdog statistics say crime's higher than ever before, and that's what happens when you have big government. It's just, high misery index. People commit crimes either because they're stressed out because they can't find a job. I'm about ready to kill other people myself because of the fact that I can't find work. I mean, a number of us have never been so disenfranchised. The highest unemployment rate ever, the real unemployment rate, not the phony one they give you, which only measures the percentage of people collecting EDD. High inflation. When people suffer, they commit crimes or they kill themselves. We have a higher suicide rate than I think we've ever had in history, and I'm about ready to join the ranks. I just can't take it anymore. Okay, so I have a wrap up of the news after this music break. So let's go to a short music break. Here's David Bowie.
China girl, you red, gold, and green, red, gold, and green. Come, 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 chameleon. You come and go, you come and go. Loving would be easy if your colors were like my dream. Red, gold, and green, red, gold, and green. Come, 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 chameleon. You come and go, you come and go.
Okay, I'm back. We'll wrap up this show now. There's not much of any interesting news worth mentioning. Slow news day. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood tomorrow. Real downer of a day. I have to find something else to do. A lot of it has to do with a failed press release. I think I'll possibly have a successful press release when I get out of here. I need to have access to my own router, because what's happening is I'm trying to create these things called PHP replicator pages. A PHP page, the language of the internet that blows up in the millions of HTML files so that Google can index a maximum of 500 files a day from each domain. That means 1,500 pages for 3 websites. And they're all optimized for high keyword efficiency index keywords. That means demand for the keyword squared divided by competition. When it's high, that means you have a good likelihood of winding up in the top 10 results for